Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regalla's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation. At the Hades Proving Lab.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a bunch of Oseram tinkerers to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades and the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Why help Regalla take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regalla's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with Akarja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier?
Yes, exceedingly so. All Regalla craved was war against the Karja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shills.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
All right, Silence. I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And Try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Ah, yes. About your Zenith ally. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah, I'm aware. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling? You mean you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Silence.
Machine strike together.
Oh no. I got enough trouble with Katalo, always kicking my ass.
Who says I'm any good at it?
Wait. Aloy! You came back with some interesting friends.
Wish I could say we don't need them. But Silence and Tilda are here for a reason.
Yeah. Enemy of my enemy and all that, right?
Right. You, talk to Tilda at all?
I tried. I don't think even a hot forge could melt that ice. And you say she wants to help?
I think so. Well, let's hope. Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Yet. So, Katalo tells me you flew. Well, that's new. I've been busting my balls trying to learn to read. You're out there having all the fun.
Don't worry. You'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
Looking forward to it.
I guess Silence is keeping to himself, as usual.
I was hoping he'd give me an excuse to hammer his sorry ass to the ground.
Please don't.
You telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of his? After everything he's done?
Sure. Later. Right now, he's got something we need. Do you think Zoe will be okay?
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
What's wrong with your shoulder?
Yeah, it hurts a little. Yeah, maybe a lot.
What'd you do?
Well, I tried to arm wrestle with Catalo.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a great idea.
I was just curious to see if that new arm of his was as strong as it looked. Turns out it really is.
You in the middle of a game?
Varl and I were playing before you guys went to Gemini. Yeah, we said we'd pick up where we left off once we were back here, but, You think you want to finish the game? I don't think I can just put it away, you know? I mean, if you have the time. Let's do this. Let's see what you got. Let's see. All yours. And it's out. Take your time. Okay, I can do this. You're up. My turn. Your turn. There it goes. What should I do? I'm done. I think Varl would have appreciated the win. Thanks for doing this with me. Into the forge we go. Time to make a move. I'm done. You keep hitting those armored spots, I might have a shot at winning. And they're gone. That one's a goner. Let's see what you got. Off the board they go. Let's see. You're up. Oh, thank the forge you hit an armored spot. What should I do? That one's a goner. Off the board they go. Looks like you got me. Not that I'm surprised. That was fun.
I better get going.
Oh, you know where to
You flew? You know, I saw we have Does this mean...
Almost. I suppose you...
I almost went up to her. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with... But now that she's here, I don't know if I'm scared of... Probably both.
What was the...
A flood control system back in the Great Delta. If we can acquire that, then my... won't...
Right. So...
Yes. The most fast... An entire culture based on the... There's much they've... But still, there's an...
And deadly. You sure... I know things...
I've already braved oceans, and why not a few immortals with lethal...
Guess the more... I hope our new guest...
This silence...
He is. He refuses to dole out his secrets to...
Oh.
You know that special part...
Our... spirit?
Yeah. How are you holding...
Varl's loss is... I didn't know him well, but... Zoe and Aaron seemed... But...
They need time.
And what about you?
I don't know. We won't let this...
Everyone's right.
And you?
Nervous?
Don't worry. I need to...
I'll be ready.
And I haven't forgotten about the data on Leviathan.
Thank you, and...
Did you see Katala's new arm?
Well, now I know where metal flowers come from. A last-ditch effort to stop the Pharaoh plague. Demeter must have started distributing them after it took refuge in the greenhouse.
Before I forget, I watered those plants for you. I just know they meant a lot to you, and, well...
Thank you.
It's all going to be okay. We can't give up now.
This must be from the Scorcher that Katala and I took down. Not a bad way to test his arm. He's come a long way from the embassy. There's Gwen's stuff in here now. Must be all of us.
I keep thinking. He's just been...
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
Yes. It still feels strange. I've gotten used to the absence, but no matter. I'm sure I will need it before the attack on the Zenith base is through. The more I learn about the old ones, the less different they seem from the...
There's date. Another room. What for?
Switch to a private log? Okay, so... Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facility's coming along. When Gaia finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs. Except personality. So, I'm going to sneak in my own mark.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning. I would say that I am... inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you.
Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten. What exactly does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings, and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. And now, you have done it. Like the deeds of the Ten themselves, it will never be forgotten. So, tell me, how did it feel?
I won't lie. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me. Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As you say. You have more than earned my trust.
Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best. I have to go. but I'll be briefing everyone on the plan soon.
Understood.
There you are. Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's...
I've been thinking about what you said. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, then I met Liz. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world. For the first time, I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost, but as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted...
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream, it's what,
a second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has I knew I had to help you.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length. I think, in the end, she had a core that she...
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab. After Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that and that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far's.
When it's time to break into the Zenith base, what can we expect?
I'll go over the full layout once you've... Suffice it to say, we will need to push as fast. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resource.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate. In addition, they've also been ferrying materials to... After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment.
Have you figured out how...
No, and he's been very... I'll admit it bothers me, but I am confident.
How many of them are in the...
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful.
So, Eric...
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private... Even as governments abandoned human... He found success with clientele that required... There were also rumors that he... But on Sirius, he retreated to... In them, he could go on rampages as...
All of his tribe believes he was one of the...
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth. And
what does one person do?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself, but beneath that exterior, it was his decision to restrict Beta's up while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon.
I would very much like...
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named...
Stanley. Ever the optimist. When we established our colony, he built lights, shows, gambling, and while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies,
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing...
No, he perished. He would have been thrilled to discover that part.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient... Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter Unlike most of Far Zenith's members, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelor. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the...
What? Like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done...
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true.
Okay, so...
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
And let me guess.
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about our immortality treatments are doing. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were, when I think about all of us, we really should.
Why did you make the data channel?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any cultural artifacts of...
And you wanted...
Yes. I thought if a heritage... I'm sorry, I had to cut off contact.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud. Both when Earth was consumed, I did what I had to. Hence the data channel with Beta.
Okay.
I'll be here and thank you, Aloy. My past has always been... I see Liz's dream.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. Your friend out there, the Oseram. He is quite loud.
So, you return.
Just you wait, Varl. We're taking those space slugs down.
That looks like one of the Utaru's land gods. Like the one we killed in the sacred cave. I'm not sure I'll ever fully understand, but... seeing something that represents life and prosperity turned into a weapon couldn't have been easy for Zoe.
Have a drink.
It's a shuttle. Like the one I blew up at Far Zenith's launch facility. Varl seemed pretty interested in space travel. I guess he wanted a keepsake. Looks like an artifact from Thebes. A tomb for Ted Pharaoh and the CO. What a pair.
Welcome back, Aloy.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us. But is there anything I should handle before that? Okay. Data module's in.
Definitely not getting any of this.
A warhorn. To summon an army of rebels and machines. Regala threw everything she had at the Grove. Even in our duel, she was ruthless. She was too dangerous to let live. Unable to fight for anything but her own vengeance. Oh. I guess this door's unlocked. His things.
Hey, Loy. If you were listening to this, then, things didn't go as planned at Gemini. I know you'll keep your promise. Which means I must be dead. Well, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? But what's happened since you found me in that ectogenic chamber? Thank you, Aloy. You've been my shelter. And I would risk it all again to be by your side. I know you'll find a way forward. That's what you do.
I'm sorry, Beta. But I'm getting you back, no matter what it takes. this place.
So, yeah, I told the rest of the team. I was standing in the cafeteria, trying to pick out a god-awful meal cartridge when it suddenly hit me. Every school field trip, August always asked me to pack extra in his lunch pack so that he could share it with his friends. I don't know how. I was lucky enough to end up with kids so generous. And I know he'd want to share this too. So, to whoever finds this place, this was us.
The last time I spoke to Leanna, they were just about to ship out to the Pacific Front. They really believed that if they could buy us some time, it'd be worth it. That Zero Dawn would save us. But if you were listening to this, then they were right. It was worth it. Their name was Leanna Jensen. 9th Civilian Guard Brigade for Operation Enduring Victory. And they were so brave.
Do I say it now? Okay. My name is Emma Irving, and I'm 8 years old, and my favorite animal is a fox. Do you have foxes in the future? I hope so. They're the cutest. And super smart. Dad said we have to go underground soon, just like a fox. And then the bad robots won't get us. So, I guess this is H and G. Hi and goodbye.
The day I was supposed to meet my sister's new baby, a vert swooped in and a crew of masked commandos threw a bag over my head. Next thing I knew, I was being told how the world would end and given a choice. Die now, or help Zero Dawn and die later. At least Nicole, Ella, and baby Aiden will be safe in Elysium. Gave up my allotment to make sure they could stay together. I don't know if any of this will actually work. Zero Dawn, cradle-raised humans. But if it does, do better than we did, okay?
Got to be honest, I don't really know what to say to the future. So I guess I'll say something to the past instead. Mom, Dad, I know you'll never hear this, but I wanted to say thank you. For all those times you dragged me along as a kid to volunteer at hot zone relief centers. You used to say, you have to pay it forward. The future will always be brighter for it. I'm trying to live up to your example. I love you. We'll be together again soon.
spinning in a teacup. Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Refreshing, I guess.
There has to be more to this data.
Oh, come on!
Alana must have left this for me on her way back east. I wish she could have stayed. But I know Meridian and the Lodge need her. focus. It's Varl's. I used to think no Nora would ever accept one. But Varl did. Even when he was overwhelmed. He refused to let me push him away.
Maybe I should look.
Aloy.
I'm glad I could help Zoe fix the land gods. She never gave up on them. Because of her, Plainsong's fields will bloom again.
God, ow. God, you are lucky on me.
Aloy, shall we chat some more?